Six modern quizzers try to match one of the greatest performances in UK quiz show history. Will they succeed? Does the name Bill McKaig mean anything to you?
Yes, he's a Scottish 15-1 player that had the biggest score ever on 15-1.
Indeed, so this is the classic quiz challenge, and in this case it's the Bill McKaig 433 challenge to see if players can emulate the Bill McKaig 433 achievement. So if you're ready, we'll go.
Yep.
The history of medicine. In 1948, a modern version of which oath was drawn up by the World's Medical Association in Geneva?
Hippocratic.
Correct. History of TV from 1960s to 70s. The police constables Jock Weir, Bert Lynch and Bob Steele appeared in which police drama set in the fictional town of Newtown?
Ted Cars.
Correct. Shakespeare. Which Shakespeare play is set in ancient Britain and opens in the palace of the elderly king who has decided to give up his kingdom and divide it among his daughters?
King Lear.
Correct. 20th century Britain. What's the significance of the dates August the 9th, 1902, June 23rd, 1911, May the 12th, 1937, and June the 2nd, 1953?
Coronations.
Correct. Sporting records. The record time for this 4.5 mile event stands at 8 minutes 47.8 seconds, which was set in 1990 by Mr. Frisk. Which famous event?
The Grand National.
Correct. In English law, what is deemed to be the first priority for payment from the estate of a deceased person?
Their funeral.
Correct. The Bible, the
Funerals.
New Testament. Who in Revelations chapter 6 symbolise conquest, slaughter, famine and pestilence?
The four horsemen of the four horsemen of the apocalypse.
Correct. Literature. What sort of creature in P.G. Woodhouse's book is the Empress of Blandings?
It's a pig.
Science. Mount Wilson in California, Siding Spring in Australia, and Mauna Kea in Hawaii. What is the scientific connection?
They're volcanoes.
No, they're astronomical observatories. Television in the 1960s. In which series from the 1960s was the character John Drake a troubleshooter for NATO's Secret Service Department?
The Man in a Suitcase.
It's Danger Man. And staying with Danger Man, which actor played John Drake in the series Danger Man?
Patrick McGowan.
Correct. What is the chemical symbol for lead?
PB.
Crime. The surname, please, of the famous Edinburgh body-snatching partners in the 19th century who murdered at least 16 people, most of them old men and women.
Birkenhair.
Yeah. Still on crimes, which major crime took place on the 18th of August 1963, just short of Bridego Bridge near Cheddington in Buckinghamshire?
The Great Train Robbery.
Correct. Geology. Of what features is speleology the study?
Caves.
Correct. Proverbs. The journey of 1,000 miles must begin with what?
A first step.
Yeah,
The
single
first
step,
step.
first step, yeah. The EU, the CAP, accounts for nearly half of the community's budget. What is the CAP?
The Common Agricultural Policy.
Correct. The USA. Portsmouth, Norfolk and Richmond are three of the major cities in which US state?
New Hampshire.
It's Virginia. In which country is the Kruger National Park, the largest game reserve in the world?
South Africa.
Correct. Who, at the age of 59, was the oldest monarch to accede to the British throne in the 20th century?
Edward VII.
Correct. Science. A body floating in fluid displaces its own weight of fluid. That's the principle named after which ancient Greek mathematician?
Archimedes.
Correct. Which group of islands in the Atlantic is named after the fierce dogs that live there, the name coming from the Latin word for dogs?
The Canaries.
Correct. I'm going to show you a picture now. Look at this and tell me who is the man, a famous name in football? Okay.
Terry Venables.
Correct. Horse racing. In which county can you go to the races at Ascot, Windsor and Newbury?
Berkshire.
Correct. In which ocean are the islands of Reunion, Mauritius, and Rodriguez?
The Indian Ocean.
Correct. Famous couples. Who is the wife of the jazz musician John Dankworth?
Cleo Wayne.
Correct. Will Self, the poet, Alex Stewart, the England captain, Trevor Bayliss, the inventor of the clockwork radio, and Timothy Spall, the actor, all appeared for the first time in the 1999 edition of which annual reference book?
Who's Who.
Correct. Motorcars, the Volkswagen. What is the literal English translation of Volkswagen?
People's Car.
Correct. Another picture question. This former cabinet minister was known as the Enforcer. What is his name?
Hayne. Peter Hayne.
No, it's Jack Cunningham. Which organisation runs the annual Chelsea Flower Show in London?
The Royal Horticultural Society.
Correct.
Yes.
Where in the South West 1 postal district of London is the famous Annie's Bar to be found?
Wimbledon.
It's the Houses of Parliament. The English defeat of the French at Agincourt, Joan of Arc being burnt at the stake, and Eton College was founded by Henry V, all happened in which century?
15th century.
Correct. Opera. Which opera by Puccini opens in a Japanese house set in a Japanese garden overlooking Nagasaki?
Madame Butterfly.
Correct. Of which continent are the Seychelles in the Indian Ocean a part?
Africa.
Correct. By what name is a long case clock more popularly known?
A grandfather clock.
Correct. The Boy Who Wouldn't Grow Up is the subtitle of which famous children's play?
Peter Pan.
Correct. Politics. Which Spanish word meaning council or board is often used for a military government?
Cabal.
It's junta. In which field of the arts is Vanessa May a famous name?
Music. She's a violinist.
Yes. How many witches make a coven?
12.
13. The Baker Street Irregulars is a literary society devoted to the study and appreciation of whom?
Sherlock Holmes.
Correct. That's the end of the round. Chris Grandison's score of 333 gives him second place on the leaderboard. Innes Carson is still in the lead. Barry and Lucy both slip down the leaderboard. Will anybody be able to take top spot off Innes? Tune in next time and find out. This might be the first time you've heard these questions in quite some time. Any reaction to how things have changed in the world since Bill McKaig's day?
Well, it's noticeable how short the questions are, which, to be fair, I quite enjoy.
Thank you very much for being game and for having a go at Bill McKaig. So thanks a lot, and we'll see how you do on the leaderboard.